This is it, the final event of the 2012 World Series of Bowling, and two competitors embroiled in a race for Player of the Year honors have made the finals. Australian two-hander Jason Belmonte and the Hall of Famer Norm Duke. Although Belmo has dominated here at the World Series, it's been Duke who's won more titles this season. Will one of them capture another today? It's the Pepsi Elite Players Championship, and it's next. And we welcome you to Las Vegas, the final event of the third ever edition of the PBA World Series of Bowling, the South Point Casino and Convention Center, your venue. Here now, your four finalists for the Pepsi PBA Elite Players Championship. Mike Devaney making his first television appearance of the season.
Mike Devaney brings a lot of power and a very quiet enthusiasm and demeanor, looking to win his third career title today.
The lone lefty on today's show, Mike Scroggins from Amarillo, Texas.
The smooth-stroking southpaw has won not one, but two major championships. Today, he looks for title number 9.
Jason Belmonte is back again for another crack at his third potential title here at the World Series of Bowling.
Yeah, and he's been the hottest player at this year's World Series of Bowling, Rob. Now, a lot more on the line as he eyes his first Player of the Year honor, but this guy might have something to say about it.
Norm Duke, he's won 3 titles this season, 1 in doubles and 2 in singles.
Norm Duke proving that at age 47, he still has a lot left in the tank, looking to win his third career Player of the Year honor.
And from Claremont, Florida, always a fan favorite. As we take a look at our eliminator format, all 4 bowlers will bowl. Low score eliminated. They'll do it again until only 2 remain to bowl for the championship. And Norm Duke, the Claremont, Florida native, will start us off first.
Beat a pretty good player in Bill O'Neill just to get to this point. No big surprise, this Norm Duke guy has been doing it for a long time.
And he starts with a 7-10 split. Ouch.
Just a horrible break to start.
Jason Belmonte took care of Mike Fagan to advance to the TV finals. And a strike for the Australian. Up next, Belmo's chief rival for Player of the Year, Norm Duke. Norm with 3 titles this season to Jason's 2.
And all the talk about the Player of the Year race is only involving Jason Belmonte and this guy right here, but let's not forget about Mike Fagan's year. 1 major victory, runner-up at the U.S. Open, and a PBA title in Europe.
And now the 2 Mikes. We begin with Mike Scroggins. First time we've seen Scroggy this season on television.
It's good to have Scroggy back. I've missed him.
He throws a mean party. And Scroggy drops them all in the first. Devaney's turn.
He's got one of my favorite nicknames, Monkey Boy.
I'm sure his wife admires that one.
I know, right?
So 3 strikes and an open frame in the first frame here from our 4 finalists. As we've said, Norm, the winner of 3 titles so far this season. His first, it came March 11th, the Detroit Open. He took down Mika Koivuniemi. Then, just a couple of weeks ago, he captured career title number 36 in doubles competition. He and partner Wes Malott knocking off the number 1 seeds Ronnie Russell and Sean Rash. And then last weekend, Duke captured the PBA Dick Weber playoffs over Parker Bone III for career title number 37, surpassing the great Pete Weber on the all-time titles list.
I think that I'm very lucky to be regarded as even a great bowler, much less as somebody that, of all time, in that list, that's a short list. To me, there's only 2. It's Walter Ray and Earl. They are and have been the very best. So when people put me into their class, it's almost embarrassing.
Norm certainly belongs in their class, no doubt about that. Those two names he mentioned, Walter Ray Williams Jr. and Earl Anthony, the only two men who have won more titles than him in the history of the PBA Tour. And after that open frame in the first, Norm responds with a strike in the second.
Well, I'll tell you, pretty amazing at age 47 what this guy's still able to do. Title number 3 of the season coming just last week for Duke at the Dick Weber playoffs in Indy, where he absolutely destroyed Parker Bone III in a 3-game total pin match. Check this out. Duke shot .836, averaged .278 for title number 3 this season.
Belmo, his second strike.
And early on, it looks like we may be in for some pretty big scores here in this first match. Remember, low score is eliminated. The other 3 players will move on to match number 2.
Messenger, yeah! Oh, back-to-back opening jacks for Devaney.
And look how excited he is. He can barely control himself after the Messenger off of the sidewall into the 10. Great camera angle. You see the pin action and what takes place when a Messenger or a bird dog occurs.
Scroggins with some double wood to deal with. Belmonte coming up next. Belmo's had a wonderful World Series of bowling, a 300 game there in the Albany division, and then a couple titles, the Chameleon and the Geico Shark.
Well, he's really run him over here at this year's World Series, and he's continuing that trend at least early on today.
Scroggins drops the double wood. Take a look at the oil pattern used today. It's the Earl Anthony.
40 feet in length, and it widens down the lane. Most of the time you see oil patterns as they move towards the pins, they get more narrow. This is exactly the opposite. It lends itself to multiple angles. You could see Norm's playing farther right. Devaney and Belmonte are in, hooking it as Duke throws a double. And of course, you have the one lone southpaw in Mike Scroggins.
So after that open frame for Duke, he's found his groove, back-to-back strikes.
Yeah, and it was a lousy open frame because it was a pocket 7-10 split on that left lane.
Second strike for Scroggins.
This guy here's got some power with his thumb in it.
Devaney had that messenger-aided strike in the second. Here he is in the third, and an opening 3-bagger.
Either one of these here?
We talked about it just moments ago, Randy. You're expecting some high scores. We're getting it. Duke and Scroggins battling to not be eliminated here in match number 1. The Pepsi PBA Elite Players Championship is brought to you by Pepsi, the official soft drink of bowling. By Budweiser, great times are waiting. Grab some buds. By Bayer, try Bayer Advanced Aspirin Extra Strength Pain Relief twice as fast as before. And by the USBC and its 2 million members. To find out more about USBC, log on to bowl.com today. Welcome back to Las Vegas and our continuing coverage of the Pepsi PBA Elite Players Championship. Here's how our 4 finalists got here, Randy.
Well, the top 16 were divided into 4 separate pods. Each semifinal consisted of 3 two-game matches using the eliminator format. You saw what Norm Duke and Jason Belmonte did and who they eliminated, as did Mike Devaney and Mike Scroggins. That left your 4 for television today.
And here is one of the best ever, Norm Duke. He won his 7th career major and 2nd U.S. Open last season. And after that open frame in the first, it's been nothing but strikes from the Hall of Famer.
He's got a little swagger now. First frame leaving that pocket 7-10 didn't sit well with him, but now he's on a little bit of a roll.
It was a swagger-free first frame for Duke. Belmo's had all kinds of swagger throughout this edition of the World Series of Bowling. And an opening ham bone for Belmo. Great start for Jason.
Check out profile, cupping that elbow, snapping that wrist, falls off it a little bit, but when his ball hits the pins, it doesn't matter.
Bowling's not his only sport also.
Yeah, I'm a very active person, and you know, if it's got a racket or a ball, I play it. And I've been very skilled in other things as well, and I think that has definitely helped with my bowling, or maybe my bowling has helped with those other sports. I'm not sure which way it is, but you know, in Australia, cricket is a very popular game, and I played for my school at a representative level, and I played rugby, I played soccer, I still play squash with my dad, tennis when I can, and of course a couple of rounds of golf every now and then. So I like to get outdoors, I like to run around, and definitely anything with a ball in it, I'm happy to play.
Mike Devaney looking for an opening 4-bagger as well. A little leprechaun leap there from Devaney.
Oh, that had a little Three Stooges look in it for me, yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Well, he had great hang time regardless.
It's very graceful as he clicked his heels together. Yeah. I mean, that's solid.
That's a great replay. Here's Scroggins in the 4th, looking for his 3rd strike and finding it.
Scroggins back into the party, back into the mix.
Top 3 move on to match number 2. Belmo Devaney tied on top. Scroggins Duke separated by just a pin.
Violent, very fast, flying messenger. 10 still stands.
Here's Duke on the left lane. He's really been dialed in. Nothing but strikes again since that open frame in the first, where he had that really unfortunate 7-10. Belmo remains clean through 5. Devaney looking for an opening 5-bagger. Devaney made 2 shows last season, the USBC Masters and the Pepsi Viper Championship. Scroggins, the native of Amarillo, in his 20th year on the tour, his first telecast of the season. Scroggins did not make a telecast last season. His last win 2 years ago at the Atonic Don Johnson Eliminator in Columbus. Devaney remains clean.
And now tied with Belmonte for the top spot. Remember, low score eliminated. The other 3 move on.
Duke in the basement. What a run he had over there in 08, 09, winning 3 consecutive majors. so pretty to watch when he's on.
Well, anytime you give Norm Duke angle to the pocket, meaning he can play the extreme right side of the lane, he's going to be extremely tough to beat.
Jason Belmonte started off with an opening four-bagger, spare in the fifth. Here he is in the sixth. Another strike for the Australian, who is garnering attention and praise from across the PBA platform.
I think that Jason Belmonte is going to do some things that are remarkable. He already has. I think that the two-handers have a chance to revolutionize. But I don't believe they're going to be quite as dominating in events that score lower. When the events start scoring higher, they're going to revolutionize that scoring pace. It's going to go skyrocketing.
Devaney cranks 10 in the pit.
Well, I promise you, Devaney's not a big fan of the two-handed game. And what Norm said was very prophetic. Remember, at the Masters, no two-handed player made the telecast. It was won by Mike Fagan. U.S. Open, Belmonte did make the show there, although it was won by Pete Weber playing a little bit deeper than the guys that really hooked it. Pete Weber owns the U.S. Open, obviously, five-time winner. But again, a tournament that has not yet been dominated by a two-hander.
Mike Scroggins' parents taking in this one. Scroggy's first tour title back in 1992. He is on top right now of match number one. Top three move on to our second match. Six strikes through 7 frames for Belmo.
When the scores are high, Jason Belmonte, almost unbeatable. But he's figured out a way to bowl when they're pretty tough as well. He is very well-rounded.
6 in a row.
Is it my imagination, or is this starting to speed up? Oh, that's because everybody's doing this. Striking. Scroggins looking to keep pace, working on a four-bagger.
Left the 7 pin.
Pretty good shot here by Scroggy. In between first and second arrow on the left side. Just a pinch to the outside of that rangefinder down lane. Devaney's bowled a solid game.
Everybody's kind of eyeballing the 200s in this one.
Yeah, ringing 10 in the fifth is the only blemish on the scorecard for Mike Devaney. Everything else strikes.
Second spare for Scroggins. And just like that, we're through 7.
And you said everybody eyeing the 200s, the big 200s.
The beefy 200s, 220s, 30s, 40s, maybe even a 50.
The rotund 200s.
3-way tie on top. Scroggins, the odd man out right now through 7.
Just a pinch firm. This ball never picks up down the lane, but only leaving the 2 pin. Are you kidding me?
Another 7-10. Second time he'll have to face it here in match number 1.
Duke left one in the first frame. He's now left one in the 8th frame with 6 strikes in between the 2. Another bad break. 9 spares all he wanted if he can't strike.
Second open frame for Duke. He's the only one of the 4 who has had an open frame, and that has been the difference. And what a large difference it is looming to be right now.
If he goes 9 spare in the first, 9 spare there, he's leading. He's ahead.
Scroggins in the 8th. After that 9 spare, and back on the strike train is Scroggy. Norm mulling things over. First it'll be Devaney. Looking for a 3-bagger.
Hook, 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 hook. He's made some great shots through 8 frames, has Mike Devaney. That's why he's on top. Remember, low score out. And that right now is this guy, Norm Duke, courtesy of back-to-back, or excuse me, 2 7-10 splits in this game.
And now a big 4. And big problems for Duke.
And now it's back-to-back
Open frames.
open frames and splits.
And the fan favorite is just about done. Belmo on track for back-to-back spares.
There's the first pocket 7-10 on the left lane. Here's the second one on the right lane in the 8th frame. Here's his last shot that he just threw. Big 4, he caught too much of the bowling ball at the bottom of the swing. And it hooked high and went through the nose. Back-to-back open frames. The best Norm can shoot now, 222.
There's his effort at the big 4, and only able to take away 1 of those 4 remaining pins. Belmo trying to remain clean, and he does.
If Belmo gets a 9 first ball in the 10th frame, he will stay ahead of Norm Duke.
Devaney now in pursuit of his second 4-bagger of match number 1.
Devaney's in. Norm's looking for some help from Mike Scroggins now.
Scroggy with a strike in the 8th. And that's his 7th strike of the match. Norm Duke not receiving any help from his fellow competitors here.
Mike Scroggins is going to move on. Belmonte needs good count. First ball in the 10th frame. Norm has to strike out. Anything else, it's done. Norm Duke goes home early.
Norm knows a thing or two about striking out in the 10th, though. Exhibit A. Six strikes this match thus far for Belmo. Make it 7.
That was nasty. Norm Duke's going to be eliminated. Jason Belmonte just opened up a can of really bad stuff and put it to the head pin. And then something came over and destroyed the 10.
There's his second strike in the 10th for Duke. Too little, too late.
Mike Scroggins needs good count as well. If he were to go big 4 Greek Church, Norm Duke would still have a chance.
Wide of target was Belmo. Duke steps up on the right lane, trying to close things out for a 222. And he does. A great score, but it's not going to be enough.
Scroggins needs 8 on the first ball. Devaney's locked. Belmonte's locked.
Devaney already moving on. Steps up in the 10th. Looking for 5 in a row.
Mike Devaney is advanced to the next round.
Now the drama. What little of it that's left here in match number 1. Scroggins needs 8 to move on.
Hey, we've seen crazier things happen in the past, but I think Mike Scroggins is going to be able to handle this one. Yeah.
And Norm knows. So the lone Hall of Famer of the 4 is eliminated. Devaney rolls on with the 257, the high score. Mike Scroggins and Jason Belmonte will join him in match number 2. Welcome back to the South Point Casino and Exhibition Hall here in beautiful Las Vegas. The Pepsi Elite Players Championship rolls on. Rob Stone, Randy Peterson here with you. Match number 2 getting set. Norm Duke will not get title number 38 today. His 222 in match 1, not enough. He is gone. Devaney, Scroggins, and Norm's rival for Player of the Year, Jason Belmonte, still alive. Top 2 will move on to our title match, the final event of this season's edition of the World Series of Bowling. Jason Belmonte's already won 2 titles here at the World Series of Bowling, looking for a 3rd. Whew. That was an angry strike.
Yeah, and powerful.
Up next, Mike Scroggins, who didn't have everybody's support when he first started on the tour.
Anyone out of Amarillo, Texas, and we've had quite a few pros try to make it on tour, and everybody says, "Oh, you'll never do it." And I just kind of believed in myself and said, you know, just don't believe those people that tell you that. And it's the same thing out here, you know. My physical game's not as good as everybody else's out here, and it's just something I got to believe in myself to do.
8 tour titles for Scroggy.
2 majors. This guy doesn't have to prove anything. He's already done it on the lanes.
40 career, 300 games as well.
Well, he's been solid out here for a lot of years, and anybody that says any different just doesn't know much about the sport of bowling.
Now Devaney continues his fine form. He led all scores with the 257 in match 1. Starts off with the strike there to match Belmo. Scroggins trying to clean up the 7, and he will. Jason Belmonte from Orange, New South Wales, Australia. Really the guy leading the charge with that 2-handed revolution in the world of bowling right now. Messenger just missing the 10. Belmo gives those messengers a lot of work. They cover a lot of ground and quickly when he steps up.
Well, his ball hits the pin so hard, he throws them everywhere. Nice shot, Scroggy.
Strike spare to start for Belmo.
Devaney made the lanes look easy the last game. See if he can keep that going and continue with a lot of striking.
There's his wife, Carrie, in attendance.
Oh boy, that's trouble.
Didn't like it as soon as he released it.
Like he got a little fast here and then just kind of yanked it at the bottom. Right through the nose, leaving the 3-6-10.
Belmo hop. It's all 10 to drop.
Came up and out of that one, but it was on a good line, and it's got plenty on it to knock all 10 down. Look out.
First open frame from Mike.
Chops the 3 off the 6 and 10.
Issues on both of those shots in the second for Devaney. Scroggins working off of a strike.
Soft 7 for Mike Scroggins. Playing down and in, that's his strength. That's what he does. Between first and second arrow, something nice and straight and direct. Remember, low score out. Final 2 will bolt for the title.
Devaney back online and back on the strike train. Good rebuttal after that open frame in the second. So Scroggins, spare, strike, spare through 3. Top 2 will move on. Jason Belmonte in control. A strike, a spare, and another strike. The conclusion of match number 2 when we return to Vegas. Beautiful look at the South Point Hotel and Casino, the home venue for this year's edition of the PBA World Series of Bowling. The conclusion of match number 2 about to take place. But first, we remind you, head on over to the PBA Facebook fan page. You can get and share PBA news and photos of the stars across the PBA. Click on the Facebook link over on PBA.com to join. Jason Belmonte, plenty of fans across not just the United States, but the globe with his two-handed style. We'll have more on that in just a moment. Thought it was 7-10 for a blink of an eye, and then a messenger destroyed the 10.
Really fast messenger here, Rob. Head pin misses the 7 pin, but gets the 10 pin.
No messenger to take care of that 7 for Scroggy.
I think that was sarcastic.
I know that was sarcastic.
Okay. Yeah, I was.
I'm here to confirm that for
Thank
you, buddy.
you. Thank you. Yeah.
Scroggins without the sarcastic kiss to the single pin spare conversion. Not his style.
No.
Devaney up in the 4th, looking for his 3rd strike.
That's better. Not that hard when I throw it, right?
Scroggins, Devaney trails by 3.
Carey taking it in, the wife of Mike. He looks so gruff and kind of grumpy when he's out there, but in the real world, one of the funniest guys you'll see out there.
He's extremely funny. He almost looks annoyed right now.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of stuff on this ball. You can see his hands more up the back at the release point, and he's trying to control the down lane change of direction.
Scroggins and Belmo tied. Devaney 4 back. Top 2 move on to our championship match. Slow, easy roll from Scroggins, and it gets the job done.
Yeah, a little bump on the 7 late after leaving back-to-back 7 pins.
Devaney steps up in the 6th, looking, I think it steps up in the 5th rather, looking for 3 in a row.
Hook a lot. Hook, hook, hook.
Got the hook he wanted.
Never hurts to talk to it. Sometimes they listen. He wanted that one to hook a lot. It did late.
Hook a lot. Hook, hook, hook.
Who's the most talkative bowler you ever had to deal with out there?
I'll get back to you on that one.
All right. Belmo to open the 6th. All of a sudden, the messenger has left the building.
I'd have to say Patrick Allen.
Hoss.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he likes talking to it.
That's a good call. You're right.
Right now, Jason Belmonte, if he were to be talking to it, he wouldn't have very nice things to say.
But you wouldn't be able to understand it with that accent. Scroggins on the right lane. Gets another strike.
Right now, Jason Belmonte finds himself back of the pack.
Third straight single pin spare there for Belmo, and he knows that his two-handed style is making some inroads.
I get some really nice emails from people who say that they've never even considered bowling, and then they YouTubed a video clip of me and thought it'd be interesting to try, and then they did it and they had a lot of fun doing it. So they don't try to be competitive; they're just enjoying the game, and that's really, really nice. Plus, you get lots of stories and updates of how people are doing. Hi, I'm two-handed, and I just won my junior competition in Chicago, Illinois, or wherever, and they send them to you. And it's so nice that not only are they doing so well, but they're excited to tell people about it, and I'm happy to listen.
One thing I think is great about the two-handed style, it provides a nice gateway for the younger bowlers to try it out there. Maybe the ball's a little heavier for them to throw it with one arm, get 2 back there, and they can see some results at an earlier age and enjoy the game. And that's exactly how he started doing it. Devaney. That's a wicked strike.
And a 4-bagger.
Really? A 4-bagger?
Yeah.
My last show with you, and you got to say a 4-bagger?
Yes.
Way to hold the line, Randy. I'm actually kind of proud of you. Devaney on top, Scroggins 7 back, Belmo in the basement through 6. Top 2 move on. Belmo coming off that spare in the 4th, 5th, and 6th frames. And he'll be trying for another one here in the 7th.
So he goes strike, spare, strike, ripper 7, another 9 spare, ripper 10, solid 9, not happy.
But still in it. Just don't have to be the low man. Don't have to win. Just don't be last.
Look out.
First bad break for Scroggins.
Shot. Come on, can't do that.
That's
Missed
just a
anything,
bad
missed
shot.
in.
Wide of target, leaving the washout.
Yeah, clearly not a bad break. Just a bad effort as Belmo able to clean that one up.
Yeah.
Flash back to Scroggy's shot.
This is just wide of target, and there's no friction out there, or at least not enough to get Mike Scroggins' ball to get back to the head pin.
Oh, great pickup.
Throw a little better than that.
Well, with this spare, he maintains his lead over Jason Belmonte.
There's your Bear advanced, fast, safe, pain relief replay. And it was a big one at a very important moment for Scroggins and his parents. Devaney.
He's in a good position right now. He's back to hitting the pocket after that errant shot in the second frame and missing the spare. Currently leading the other two players. Coming down here to the last few frames. Jason Belmonte looking to get back on the strike train after 4 consecutive 9 spares.
Third strike of the match.
Spare for Mike Devaney.
Devaney had that open frame in the second, but was able to rebound with 4 straight strikes to kind of nullify that, so to speak. He's in good shape through 8.
Mike Scroggins can strike out to shoot 235. Oh! 9 and a shaker. Leaves a little swish and 10 here.
Fifth spare of this match for Scroggins, just 3 strikes. Devaney, your leader. His effort in the 8th.
Mike Devaney's in fuego today. Literally missed the pocket once in almost 2 games. Another great shot with 10 in the pit. Now Jason Belmonte steps up here in the 9th frame. He can strike out to shoot 227. The best Mike Scroggins can shoot 224. Mike Devaney can strike out to shoot 245. Big shot, big shot.
So his first double. How will Mike Scroggins respond?
To have a chance, he's got to strike on this ball.
And he's got more than a chance.
Miss in. All you gotta do, miss in.
Well, you heard what he said there. All you have to do is miss in. Remember the last time on that lane, he missed out for a 6-count washout.
Devaney coming on. There's a 2-bagger for him.
Puts him in the 220s.
So everybody with strikes in the 9th. It's going to come down to the 10th. Devaney in good shape to move on. Belmo and Scroggins separated by just 3 pins.
And Mike Devaney just got his ticket punched to the title match. Belmonte now can only shoot max 206. Mike Scroggins can get up and throw first strike in the 10th frame and eliminate Jason Belmonte. Just a little fast. Ball never picked up and leaves the 2-pin. But quite honestly, his carry's been so bad this game, he should have bowled a heck of a lot higher than 2-0.
The pinch quick in my feet.
So Jason will have to wait this one out to see if he'll advance to the championship match. We already know Devaney is there. Scroggins, a huge effort here in the 10th. Oh!
Wow.
Are you kidding me?
That just jumped on me.
Unbelievable. Now Belmonte only needs 9 on the next ball. Whether Mike Scroggins makes the Greek church or not, he's out. Had a golden opportunity and gets 5.
Belmo, his final effort in the 10th. And gets the 9.
He's going to take on Devaney for the title. Poor Mike Scroggins, what a way to end it.
Yeah, brutal.
Thanks, Mike. Great bowling, bud.
But always classy till the end, Mike Scroggins. Scroggins, 190, the low score, and he is eliminated. Belmo with the 205. He will move on. Scores really took a hit. High scoring pace in match 1 for all 4. The numbers all went down here in match number 2. Devaney needs just 7 to advance. He'll take 10 with him. So there's your confirmation. Devaney, Belmo for the Elite Players Championship from Vegas. Devaney dropping to 234, the high score here in match number 2 will get you set for the match to determine the champion when we return. The Pepsi PBA Elite Players Championship is brought to you by Jack Links. Jack Links Beef Jerky, feed your wild side. By AutoStop. New AutoStop is foolproof. Gray is over. By Geico, saving people money on more than just car insurance. And by Atonic. Power up your game. Now, if you're Mike Scroggins or a fan of his, look away. A chance to close it out in the 10th. Instead, the Greek church, his 190 will have him erased. Randy standing by with Devaney and Belmo, our 2 finalists.
Just when it looked like they were getting ready to start throwing dirt on you in that last match, man, a colossal mistake by Mike Scroggins. You now have a new lease on life. How do you take advantage of it in the title match?
Well, when I watched Mike throw that shot, I thought it was pretty good. I was ready to get my stuff and get off the approach. But, now I have nothing to lose. I can go out there, give everything I've got, and I'm 1 place further than I thought I was going to be. So I guess I'll take it with 2 hands. So excuse the pun, everyone.
Thanks, Jason. Good luck. Mike Devaney, 1 win away from your 3rd career title. What's going through your mind right now?
10 good shots.
Anything else?
Not watching Belmo and all that. Just doesn't impress me. Not interested. Don't care. I throw it the right way. I put my thumb in there, the way I was taught, and the way everybody should throw it. So I'm going to show them what's up right now.
Thanks, Mike. Good luck.
Yeah, Devaney calling out the two-handers. How it might make for an interesting title match. Belmo already 2 titles here at the World Series of Bowling. Looking for another. Mike Devaney looking for his 3rd career crown, and maybe some growing animosity between the two. Final title of this year's edition of the World Series of Bowling about to be handed out. It'll go to one of these 2 men, Jason Belmonte, Mike Devaney, battling for the Pepsi PBA Elite Players Championship. Time now for your Alka-Seltzer keys to victory, Randy.
Devaney needs to apply pressure early. Get on Belmonte and stay on him. Jason Belmonte, he's got to take advantage of new life.
Strong start, like you talked about for Devaney.
One at a time.
These two met in a title match back in September of '09 at the Scorpion Championship in Allen Park, Michigan. It was the last title for Devaney. He took care of Belmo, 189-170. Belmo's bad shot, bad luck. Opening the door for Devaney to take his 2nd career title. Devaney with a strike in the 1st. Here's Jason's first effort here in our championship match.
Very cool, calm demeanor. Heard that strike song a few times.
That's an understatement. Now, both guys really have that dialed-in look on their faces here at the championship match, the Pepsi PBA Elite Players Championship. Jason Belmonte already 2 titles he's won here at the World Series of Bowling, trying to close out the event with a 3rd. There's that 2-handed style. So powerful. So damaging to the pins, and another strike.
The mindset getting into a title match is simple. Throw 10 of the greatest shots you've ever thrown in your life, add up the score at the end, and hopefully the carry gods were on your side. So far today, they've been on Mike Devaney's side. Left lane 9 of 12, right lane 8 of 10. He's done very well in the strike department today.
Oh, Messenger with the heel to kick the 10.
Oh! Pretty easy to figure out he liked that one.
Get up.
3 in a row to start off the title match.
Devaney's making this oil pattern look fairly simple. He's got pretty good carry, too.
And 3 in a row for Belmo. Oh, what a start here.
Belmonte playing about the 20th board or 4th arrow, that middle arrow in the lane. Mike Devaney much farther to the right, much straighter. And here's Jason Belmonte's strike comparison for the day. And right now, both players perfect through 3 frames.
Six pin.
Almost the 4-6, 4-6, 7-10 stood for a while. Check it out. Lots of stuff on this bowling ball going through the heart of the nose. Big 4 stood for a second. 6 pin is all that's left. There's the big 4. 7 goes first, 4 goes, and the 10 goes last. Remember, he defeated Jason Belmonte back in 2009 for his second title.
Ham bone! Hard to win a title without a ham bone. Yeah, sing along in the crowd. I see you tapping your feet, Randy.
Well, I'm going to give you this one, Rob, seeing how it's the last telecast we'll be working together, but that's just a huge shot for Mike Devaney. Now, working on 4 in a row.
Oh, be right. Gosh, darn it. Way too quick a feet.
Mike Devaney gets the Fred Flintstone feet going here. A little too quick, a little too choppy, too much speed on this shot. It doesn't bite enough to get up to the 1-3.
First spare of the title match for Devaney. Coming off that spare in the 4th, here he is to close out the 5th.
Oh, man. Just annihilates the rack, blows pins everywhere, all of them going in front of the 7 pin. Check that out. There was like 4 pins that missed the 7 pin.
So back-to-back spares. Decision time maybe for Belmo, and it is tough to make adjustments out here.
I don't think there's another sport in the world where you have to make an adjustment like bowling. And that's the toughest thing, is how can you throw a perfect shot and leave a split? You know, if I hit a perfect shot in golf or tennis, it goes in. It goes where I want it to go. You know, of course, you can still get your unlucky bounces here or there, but if it's on the green, it's on the green. And in bowling, I can throw the best shot of my life, but if the lane has changed and I haven't seen the adjustment, then I leave a split, and that's really difficult to grasp.
Belmonte had that 300 game on television earlier this season at the PBA World Championship during the Albee Division play.
I think Mike Albee had a televised 300 game. So how apropos that it would happen in the Albee Division.
Third straight frame. This will be without a strike for Belmo after he started off with that opening 3-bagger.
Ball just never grabs enough lane. Doesn't catch enough of the head pin, leaving the 4-8 very choppable.
Oh, no.
Didn't like it. He'll take the result. But now, Randy, a big opportunity for Devaney.
That just blew through it.
Belmo cleans it up, but that's 3 straight spares for him.
I went 2 there.
Devaney started with that opening 4-bagger, spare in the 5th. And here he is in the 6th.
Great shot.
Thank you.
Again, no Americans have won at this year's edition of the World Series of Bowling. In the singles competition, at least, it has been dominated by the international talent. Sean Rash had a 3 second and 3 third place finishes. A wonderful season for Rash, but it's going to be a major disappointment for him season-wise when he goes back and looks at all the opportunities he had. Devaney with an opportunity here in the 7th to distance himself from Belmo.
He could have increased his lead. Instead, it's kind of a stone 9 with the 4-pin falling late. This ball is going to be just a pinch heavy. You see the 4-pin falling late there. Not a bad break. 4-9 is not what you want to see at this juncture.
His second spare of the championship match. Lead at 13 as Jason steps up. He and his wife expecting their second child any day now. And here's his effort to close out the 7th. 3 straight spares after opening up with 3 strikes. Back on the strike train is Belmonte.
And with one more on the left lane, Rob, he can cut the deficit to 3. Looks like he's now moved in and getting his hand to go around the side of the ball a little bit more to try to get it to change direction a little bit harder.
Two titles already won here at the World Series of Bowling for the Australian. Former Rookie of the Year, making a push for Player of the Year. Big strike from Belmo.
Now Belmo's max is 256. Mike Devaney's max, 259. This will come down to the 10th frame, I promise you.
Huge strike from Devaney. And a huge event coming your way live next Sunday here on ESPN. The TOC Red Rock. Always drama with that event when it's held in Las Vegas. A wonderful venue, and really looking forward to hearing you work that one, my friend, live next Sunday here on ESPN.
We're going to miss not having you there, Rob, but you know, the TSC, our last major, our last event of the season, always a lot of excitement there at Red Rock.
Love how they conclude the season with the major, just kind of build a little bit more importance and value to this tour. It's a wonderful entity, and I have been really fortunate and blessed to have been involved with it for so many years. Devaney. Oh, money strike.
Well, that sets up the 10th frame, and now no matter what Jason Belmonte does, he cannot shut out Mike Devaney. This is a huge shot, probably the biggest shot of the week for Devaney. Sets up the 10th. He's eyeing it down. 6 goes to the wall, kicks the 10 out, and now it's up to Jason Belmonte.
How will he respond in the 9th, looking for 3 in a row? There's your response.
Whoa. Almost a stone 9. That ball just barely got a piece of it going through the head pin. Watch this. 9 pin just slightly right of the bowling ball. Right there. Bowling ball just caught enough of it. Carmen Salvino watching. He knows what the score is.
Four in a row. Belmo takes the lead by 7. You said this is going to come down to the 10th frame. You were right, my friend.
One more strike for Belmonte. He will be in the 250s.
Devaney sitting. He'll know what he needs to shoot in the 10th. Drops the nickel.
Remember, he can't shut out Mike Devaney. Mike Devaney can strike out and shoot 259. Belmo throws a strike on this next ball. He shoots 256. Devaney needs 2, and we'll have to wait and see what kind of count Belmonte gets right here.
Belmo will take 9 and a 255 to his seat. Will it be enough?
Mike Devaney needs a double and 7. Anything less, Jason Belmonte wins for the 3rd time at this year's World Series of Bowling.
Messenger won't have enough, puts on the brakes, and Belmo wins it. His 3rd title here at the World Series of Bowling. Jason Belmonte has a firm grasp on this sport right now.
Great game, Mike. Great game.
Awesome job. Thank you.
Oh, hello.
PBA Elite Players Championship is Jason Belmonte's. Devaney closes out with a 238. He had the chance. He had the opportunity. Belmo put the pressure on him, closing out with 5 strikes and then 9 on his last shot.
Coming home. 3. Oh my goodness.
Devaney's effort, his first in the 10th. A strike was mandatory, and he only got 9.
He made a good shot. It's just a weak 10. It's a little soft into the pocket. The messenger was coming over looking for it, but it was in front.
So Jason Belmonte claims his 4th career PBA Tour title. We'll hear from the champion when our coverage from Vegas returns. The Pepsi PBA Elite Players Championship is brought to you by Barbazol. Start your day cool with new Arctic Chill shaving cream from Barbazol. Better buy Barbazol. By Rotogrip, the fastest growing bowling ball brand in the world. Rotogrip is king of them all. By Pepsi. Pepsi, the official soft drink of bowling. And by Ebonite, bowl to win. The international dominance in singles competition at this season's World Series of Bowling rolls on. Jason Belmonte, the Australian, with his 3rd. Here's how he did it, courtesy of the Geico Championship recap. Match number 1, the Hall of Famer Norm Duke, betrayed by 2 7-10 splits. His 222 not enough, eliminated. Match number 2, Mike Scroggins, the lone lefty, a 190. He was done. So Mike Devaney and Jason Belmonte were left to battle it out. Belmo, an opening 3-bagger, and then tore it up with strikes in the 7th, 8th, 9th, and 2 more in the 10th. Devaney had a chance, needed a strike, couldn't get it. And Belmo moves on with the win and the title, 255 to 238. International domination here at the World Series of Bowling in the singles competition. Koivuniemi, Palermo, Williams, Belmo, Barrett, Belmo, Gomez, and Belmo again. 3 times he wins here at the World Series of Bowling. And our Hall of Famer, Randy, standing by with Jason.
Jason Belmonte, congratulations on capturing your 3rd title here at the World Series. You are the World Series MVP. How does it feel?
Oh, mate, it feels bloody fantastic. I cannot wait to get home to my beautiful wife, my daughter, and the one on the way, and share all this excitement and overwhelming feelings with them.
Why do you think you were so dominant here?
Man, I've been working so hard on my game, physically, mentally. A big shout out to Ron Hoppy and Deandra Asbady, who have really helped me with my game. I was sharp, Randy. For the first time in a long time, I felt like I was unbeatable, and that confidence it came onto the lanes today.
You proved you're unbeatable. Congratulations. Enjoy.
Cheers, man. I appreciate it.
The Player of the Year race has suddenly gotten very interesting between the Australian Belmonte and the veteran Norm Duke, each now with 3 titles this season. Could next week's Tournament of Champions decide the outcome? Find out with us next Sunday, the TOC live here at 1 Eastern. Randall?
Rob?
It's been a pleasure.
It's been a pleasure working with you, my friend. We're going to miss you. I'm going to miss you. We want to wish you all the best in your new endeavors, buddy. Best of luck to you and your family. We're going to miss you.
I miss bowling already. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports.